It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Cleveland Browns and the Buffalo Bills on Monday night.
All right, no table is safe outside of Highmark Stadium because this crowd is loud and this crowd is ready for a ball game. We're just outside of Buffalo in Orchard Park, New York. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward up in our, dare we say, comfy, warm booth. But things far less welcoming down on the field, partner. The snow's been falling leading up to this one, and it doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon.
Can I be honest with you in the audience here, Kate?
Yeah, please do. Please do.
I was hoping for this. I love snow globe games, and as an offensive player, it's true. You know where you're going. You have the advantage. Tom Brady always used to say he loved playing in inclement weather, loved playing in the snow because it slowed everyone down to his speed, and he could take advantage of it. Keep an eye on these offenses today. They'll have their footing. They know where they're going, and this defense will have to be playing catch-up.
Well, winter has certainly arrived here in November as we're all set to go. And off we go from Highmark Stadium. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former first-rounder back in 2017, Deshaun Watson.
After winning the national title at Clemson and early success at Houston, there's no question that Deshaun's career has been slowed by some injuries and other challenges. But when he is on the field, at every level he's ever played, he's just got a calm. And that calm comes with the trusting of talent that he has in himself. He knows how to run, he knows how to throw, and when he's available, he's still a difference maker.
From the gun, it's Ford. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
2nd and 8. That's complete, David Njoku. He's got a gain of 6 there. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
On 3rd down, they'll go with Chubb. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. No gain there, and that'll bring up 4th and a few.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
The Browns looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes their southpaw, Corey Bojorquez, to handle it. The punt's away, and this one looking good. Angled this one for the sideline. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. So now the Bills will get their turn at an opening drive of the game. And leading them out, someone who's still the pride of Wyoming University and Fireball, California. One of the league's best and biggest arms, Josh Allen.
We've seen a lot of big arms come and go in the NFL. Few translate that talent, though, into stardom, quite like Josh Allen. It's fun for me on the college football road when I ask these young quarterbacks who they idolize, who they look up to. And just about every big guy that can run says the same thing, Josh Allen, because that skill set is so tantalizing. A player who can rip off a highlight reel play with the pass and just as easy with the down in just about any situation.
Second and 6 coming up here. Allen setting up to throw. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Well, that throw, Kate, pretty clean out of his hand. Just looked like it didn't get through the defense clean enough. Somebody tips it away and saves a potential completion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Shakir with the grab. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. First tone of the game for James Cook. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Connection made to Coleman. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Bills first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They just keep working it forward early. We've got 1st and 10 now from the 35. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Forced out to his right. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice, once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Has it down close. And in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Well, Brock, we normally talk about complimentary football at some point every week. So how about the way they've begun this one, huh? Force a punt and then cash it in for 6 on their opening drive.
Do we do it every game?
It feels like it. Almost every game, yeah.
I think you're right, because that's what the NFL is about. We all know the margins are so small in this league, and the team that typically plays the complimentary ball is typically the team that wins.
Tyler Bass on now for the extra point. Snowy weather, no problem for him on that point after. And the Bills will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Bass now to kick this away. Here's Ford on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. Second drive coming up for this Cleveland offense. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Watson. Got a man, it's Njoku. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Shotgun snap, a give to Ford. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. The give inside to Chung. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the 48. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's able to get this down to the 36. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
1st down, ball at the 36. Watson. That's Tillman. He's got it. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that gives the Browns a first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st and 10. Here's Watson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Watson now off play action. Headed out right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this 3rd down a near impossibility.
So the Bills going with a dime package now on 3rd down. Here's Watson to the air. He'll get this complete to Chung. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
So the Browns are going to kick the field goal on 4th down. Dustin Hopkins on for the attempt. This from 40 on the right hash. And he missed it. It's no good. And the deficit stays at 7.
Well, there's certainly never, ever a guarantee from that distance, but that's one you'd expect to be in your kicker's range. You hate to have a drive come away with nothing, but that's exactly what happened.
Here comes the Bills offense for their 2nd drive of the game. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their 2nd possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
First and 10. Here's Allen. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
The best defensive ends in the NFL, they don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is one quick move, and they're into the backfield blowing it up.
Straight ahead, here's Cook. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks.
You know, Kate, one of the reasons it's so hard to run the ball in the NFL is to move grown men off their spot against their will. You get a run play like that, you've done your job. You've moved them against their will, and you've set yourself up for some later success.
Allen on third down. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Denzel Ward makes the play. And the Browns get the football on the first turnover of the contest. He steps in front and picks it off. Looked like he missed the spot there, partner. Maybe because he threw it on the run?
Yeah, I think that's exactly the case, Kate. You know, you get set in the pocket. This game is fast anyway. Things are flying, but once you get on the run, it is a whole nother speed and really becomes advantage defense as they take it away.
The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. They're going to start just inside of enemy territory following that pick. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Here's Chubb up the middle. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Here's Chubb on 2nd down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
Throw on 3rd down. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is scooped up by the Bills. That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to Highmark Stadium in just a moment. We're back for the second quarter. Bills in possession of the football. Remember, they got it back on the fumble to end the first. On first down, Allen. Pass complete to Cook. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 42, Cook calls it in. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
First down throw for Allen. Escapes the pocket. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 28. Connects with Cook. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio. This guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
They're now set for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. He was looking for Keon Coleman on that throw. So that brings up 2nd down.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Second down, Allen throwing again. The throw is caught. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped.
Teammates notice when they got a guy willing to take it on the chin to get rid of the pass. That's a pass that's going to earn a lot of points with the other 10 players, not just today, but when they go back and watch that play on tape.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Again, Allen to the air. Buying some time right. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo! The Bills get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. Josh Allen, the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end brought the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain, he did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Extra point up and good from Bass. And the Bills double their lead to 14. Now to kick this away. Here's Ford on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Cleveland's offense all set to take over. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Drive starts with an option, right side. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Tackle made by Cole Bishop. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss is really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
Play action, it's Watson. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Throwing off the play fake here. It's into the hands of Chubb. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Whether they meant to go to him or it was an adjustment on the fly, that's not the read that was going to beat this defense for a 1st down. That look, this crew defensively was prepared for and knew how to keep it short of the marker.
Browns are lining up to punt. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. And he sends it up amongst the flurries of snow. And a well-placed kick here. Not quite on the goal line, but they're pinned deep at their own 10. The Bills and James Cook making their way back out on offense now. And among all the team's pass catchers, partner, he has been one of the brightest spots in this opening half. I mean, I think we agree he's outshined several of their receivers and tight ends that we're used to seeing be the guys to get those targets. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And it sets up 2nd down.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Working from the gun, it's Allen. Connection made to Coleman. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. That was Denzel Ward who brought that play to an end.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. That's caught for the 1st. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. To the air again, Allen. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case, tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
Allen now on 1st down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Motioning the tight end now. Now the shotgun give to Cook. The juke gets him some running room. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Gets this to Kincaid. And he's taken down at the 30. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
First and 10 now from the 30. Slot man in motion left. Throwing now on 1st down, Allen. Coleman with the grab. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Running in the red zone. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Allen gonna throw again. He's on the move. And this time they're gonna get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Okay, you'll often hear me talk about setting an edge. Well, think of it this way as well, especially with a bootleg. You want to be like the jaws of a defense. You want to just keep him inside. Get those jaws a-closing, and there's no escape valve for the QB then.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Cook trying this one up the gut. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Taken down at the 11-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 4th and 1.
The Bills will turn to their kicker, Tyler Bass, for the field goal try. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Amendola able to put it through. And their special teams converts to get them something out of that possession.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Bass now to kick this away. Here's Ford on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Now we see the Browns offense headed out. And things starting to get a little out of hand for him, Brock. That last score made it 17-zip. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Ford straight ahead. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. That play cleaned up by Matt Milano. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here. 2nd and 9. Watson now off play action. Toward the sideline, and he's got more. And he's able to cross the 40 before going out. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Bails out of the pocket quick. He's on the move. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. It's the 2-minute warning now from Highmark. The Browns with the football. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the gun, Watson. Makes the connection. Here's Jerome Ford. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Working quickly here. 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Flushed out of the pocket. He's keeping it. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
2nd and 3 now. From the 37. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. That's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. but the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line to gain.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Here's Watson to the air. Gets it to him on the screen. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Second and 3 now. Out of the gun, here's Watson. And that's incomplete, and he's happy to have that one fall compared to, well, the alternative. Looked like it was going to be picked there.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Sticking to the air with Watson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
They're gonna run for it with Chubb. He has the first down to the 10. And he's finally taken down at the 7-yard line. Now a timeout's called, Cleveland using its second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. He's got it.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Dustin Hopkins is going to try this Browns field goal. Angling this one in from the right hash to challenge here. Carlson's kick is good. And the gap closes to 14 points.
Well, he moved past that earlier miss pretty quickly here, Kate. Nice to see that. And now he can carry a little momentum with him to end this opening half.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Here comes the final play of our first half. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. It's halftime here in Buffalo. The Bills with the lead after 2. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bills were led in the first half by their all-world quarterback, Josh Allen. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Ty Johnson now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now here's the Bills offense. They've got it first to begin the third. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Allen. This is complete to Dawson Knox. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Well, that's a tough one because you could see the beginnings of what looked like an explosive play. Let's give some credit here, Kate, to the defense. A great job to bottle them up before it came to fruition.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Shakir sent in motion left. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Biggest difference in the college NFL game, we know this, Kate, it's matchups. Right, that college game, so much more space with the wide hash marks. Not so much in the NFL. You've got to cultivate one-on-ones, cultivate matchups. Using the receiver as a runner, that was a matchup successful for this offense.
They send him left out of the slot. 1st and 10, here's Allen. Complete to Coleman. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
This is Cook. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
On 1st down, Allen. Cut out left. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. Second and 3 now. From the 43. Connection made to Coleman. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
Here's Cook. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Short pass brought in. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. 3rd and just 2 to go. Shakir in motion right. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
No, it's not a running back, but it's a receiver carrying across the marker, Kate. I'm not even calling this a trick play anymore. It's about maximizing your resources and your asset, and this receiver shows you he can be a tool as a running back.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. The Browns close in and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That's now the 3rd sack of the game, and I know how these defenders start to think, how many more can I tally up before this one's over? Still a bunch of game time. And this defense, well, they're feeling it.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Here's a give to Cook. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing 4th down coming up.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
A 41-yard attempt.
Amendola able to put it through. And that makes this a 3-score game.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Pass now to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He stopped on the return at the 27. Back out now comes the Browns offense. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. They're out and set, 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Ford. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. And that's Gregory Rousseau who cleaned up that play.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 31. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on it, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
A give to Chubb, running left. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Play action, it's Watson. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. Mac Milano in to pick it off. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
The Bills back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm gonna get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
All right, here we go, 2nd down. Slot man in motion right. Another try following the sack. Coleman with the grab. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
5 men in the secondary for the Browns. 3rd down coming. Now Allen. That's caught for the 1st. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down throw for Allen. That's to the sideline, and Shakir snags it. And he'll be out of bounds just a yard or 2 short of that 25. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Bills 1st down. Now run by Cook. Has some space inside the 15. And he's finally brought down at the 9. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
From the red zone now. This one's caught. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Here's 2nd and goal from the 6. Running back sent in motion. Here's Allen. The back grabs it. Touchdown, Buffalo! Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock, he sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Bass on for the extra point. No problems with his footing in the snow. The XP is good. And the Bills make it a 24-point ball game. kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Browns getting their offense out there. And they have tried on occasion to ramp up their passing game, but just nothing has worked with consistency yet, Brock. Might be why they trail near the end of this third quarter.
You sure love teams who excel on the ground, right? You love a physical game of football who can hammer at the opponent. But in today's NFL, it's just impossible to win if you don't have a passing component that's balancing it out.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Jerry Jeudy with the grab. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I don't care how good a secondary you are, how loaded you are with talent, when you've got time to allow a receiver to work from one side of the field all the way to the other versus zone coverage, well, you're going to make a defense pay.
1st and 10. Here's Watson. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. No one around. He's got space. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway. Ugh.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. The give now to Chubb. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. That play cleaned up by Matt Milano. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Shotgun snap, a give to Ford. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. It's the Browns with the ball, but they enter this 4th quarter at a massive deficit. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Slot receiver headed left. On 1st down, they'll run. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
It just feels like any time this guy touches the ball, it's a big play waiting to happen. He could be lined up wide or when they use him as a runner. If someone doesn't get a hand on him quick, he's gone.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Man in motion here. They give inside to Chubb. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you want to take your shots. Some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Ford. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense.
Offside. Defense.
Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
Still 1st down.
A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on 1st down. Running it after the penalty. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Here's Chubb up the middle. And the struggles continue for him tonight. He's only able to get back to the line. No gain on the play, and they have to come up with 7 yards now on 3rd and goal.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, They just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Watson has it, 3rd and goal. Bails out of the pocket quick. And they take this in for the score. The Browns making the scoreboard look a touch better. Deshaun Watson with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well. That is tremendous defense. First and foremost, you got to defend against the run on this short of a field. To do that and adapt in time to force an incompletion, boy, that is a huge win for the defense.
Hopkins has it on the tee, and he's ready to send it flying. And that one is going to go out of bounds. Wow, they're going to get great field position out of this. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it too. That one was on their defense. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. On the handoff, here's Davis. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Going to the ground again on first. And he'll advance this down to the 38 on that run. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Cook trying this one up the gut. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1. Now Allen going to the air. He's got the hook up to Cooper. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Allen. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this, it's over, over.
Allen on 3rd down. Cut near the goal line. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 26-yard pickup there. now they have a 1st and goal.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Straight ahead, here's Cook. Runs it in, touchdown Buffalo! The Bills put up even more points in a win. It's a James Cook touchdown. Bass on for the extra point. Extra point is good in this wintry weather. And the Bills grow their lead yet again. Bass now to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the return at the 27. This offense getting all set for this series. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Watson. He puts some air under this one, deep right. Tried to float that one in, and the defender's there for the interception. Rasul Douglas picks it off.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
The Bills and quarterback Josh Allen ready to get back to work now on offense. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Now the shotgun give to Cook. And he hit a seam and got it to the opposing 44. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
Second and 1. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the 1st.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sail that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off a 1st down.
Now it's Cook. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. Cook. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go. They send a man in motion. Throwing on 3rd and long. Pass complete to Cook. All set up now for 1st and 10. They'll run it with Cook. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Another one for Cook. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Bills keep running away with this. It's a James Cook touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Bass on for the extra point. Snowy weather, no problem for him on that point after. And the Bills continue piling on to this lead. Bass now to kick this away. Here's Ford on the return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The Browns and quarterback Deshaun Watson gearing up for their next series. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. They've got 1st down from the 31. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 34. He'll get this to Tillman. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, We're looking at a huge game.
Sticking to the air with Watson. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And that gives the Browns a first.
You know I love the language of football. Just the terminology that comes with it. It's a whole new language out there. But in many playbooks, Kate, that's called cross-country. Speaks for itself. You got to run from one spot all the way across the field. Those two did it very well.
Trying to push it deep downfield. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap.
You know, that type of play is so doggone impressive, not just because it saves a touchdown. He had timed that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or letting him establish possession for the score.
All right, this is going to be the final play of the game. One final shot here. Need this to force overtime. And that pass falls incomplete. Well, they kept trying, they kept taking shots to the very end, but now we have reached that end. This one's over. So it's the Bills who come away with the win. And it might take these fans some time to get out of here with this wintry weather, Brock. Snowplows definitely needed out there on those roads. They can take all the extra time to celebrate in the stands with each other. Wait to leave as their guys get the winter win. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Bills as we say so long from Buffalo.